This ain't radio. You won't find it on the dial tone. This ain't radio. Hit the link to know what I'm on. This ain't radio. You know I'm finna talk my shit. This ain't radio. Go ahead, give it a listen. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 273 of This Ain't Radio podcast with your host Chris, just Chris, and my peoples. This is the Halloween Extravaganza. But before we get to that, I just want you to know I'm exhausted. And I'm going to explain why I'm exhausted later in the quick hits. But also, switching it up a little bit. We're switching it up just a little bit for the holiday season. That's what we're doing, all right? My girlfriend was like, you should do it. It's October. You should do a Halloween episode. And I kept trying and trying not to do it. But I just gave in till she'll get off my back. Right, fellas? Because that's what we do, right? We just do it so they'll leave us alone. That's what we do. All right. I'm doing it so you can leave me alone. But I'm kidding though. But so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna read a few scary stories. Then I'm gonna talk about what Halloween inspired stuff has impacted me. And then I'm getting to some quick hits like I usually do. So kind of the same format, just a little different, but it should be a good one. But yeah. So sit back, relax, and let's get to the show. All right. So scary stories. All right, the first scary story. It doesn't have a title. But let's get to it. And it goes. Max stood by the barn entrance, trying to hold back his tears. A tough thing for a child to see, I thought, but he's got to learn about it somehow. Please just tell me, Dad, Max said finally. Is Buddy gonna be okay? I looked down at the ground at Buddy whimpering quietly in the grass. His collar was askew, and I could see by his glassy eyes that he was in trouble. Why didn't you keep him on a leash like you promised? I said. You know how he likes to run around. Max looked away. I just wanted to play with him. It's not enough that you got to feed him, I said. You neglect him for days at a time, and I have to put his bowl out. You promised to take care of him, remember? I'm sorry, Dad, Max said, tearing up again. I do take care of him, I promise. I just let him off the leash for a second, and he ran right onto the road. Anyway, I said, I don't think he'll make it. I walked to the back of the barn and pulled the shotgun off the wall. Look, I said, walking around to get myself in position. I can get you another one from Aunt Francine. She told me she got a new batch, but you have to be more careful next time. I promise, Max said. I'll keep the next one on a leash and do everything you say, I swear. Good, I said, and pointed the shotgun at the back of Buddy's head. You can keep his shoes if you like. That's pretty good. That one's not bad. I like that one. The whole time you think Buddy's a dog. But now the whole time Buddy's a human. They keeping humans as pets over here. And Aunt Francine, she's the real freak of the family. Because she's the one that's just picking them. Oh, she got a new batch. We go get a new one. Hmm. Mm. When I read this, I was picturing like 1940s barn life, middle America shit and all that. That's what I pictured when I was reading this. But yeah, man, it was a good twist at the end. You can keep his shoes if you like. Yeah, I fuck with that one. All right, the next one, next scary story. This one also didn't have a title, but yeah, it goes. I wiped a tear from my eye as she walked down the aisle. My beautiful baby girl, all grown up. I watched her step up next to the man she loved. He took her by the hand, and they turned towards the adoring crowd. He gave his speech. Everything my little girl had done. It seemed like a fairy tale coming out of his mouth. I watched with bated breath as the ring slipped onto my little girl, around her neck. What a cruel twist of fate for your boyfriend to be the hangman. Damn, so his baby girl was on some shit too. Or else why is she getting hung? She must have tried to steal from the hangman. She must have stole from the hangman. That's the only reason I can think of why the hangman, which is her man, that's her man, had to hang her. Give her the ring around the neck, not a ring around the rosy, pocket full of posies, not the ring around the neck. The choke out. Mm, mm, mm. All right, I got one more story. I got one more story. When I was in elementary school, I shared a queen size bed with my older sister, and our family dog would sleep at the foot of our bed every night. As I was about 6 years old, I woke up one night around midnight and saw a dark figure standing at the foot of the bed. The figure was entirely in black without any eyes or face. I tried to wake my sister up, but she rolled over to go back to sleep. My sister must have accidentally kicked the dog because the dog woke up and raised her head and started growling at the figure at the foot of the bed. The growling then woke my sister up and she saw the figure and started screaming. When my parents came into the room and turned the light on, nothing was there. Hmm. Now this could be true because you always hear the people about they see shadows, they see things, and it could be true. It could be true. But what the fuck did they want? Why did they watching a pervert? It's a pervert. It's a pervert. Cause I don't know why. I don't know if it's because my girl sent me this, but when I read this, it gave me like little girls. Well, the one little girl, the older sister, but it felt like both of them were little girls, which makes sense, I guess, with the story. But yeah, man. But dogs be knowing too, though. The dogs know, like, yo, evil spirit, get the fuck up away from me. The fuck up away from me. Yeah, man. That should be scary sometimes. Like, y'all ever look into like horror films? Speaking of, all right, let's just take a switch. All right, I saw Monster, the Ed Gein story on Netflix. Right, I wasn't gonna watch it because I was like, I saw a little YouTube video on him. I was like, okay, he's a sick fuck, and I was like, okay, I think I got everything I need. So, but my boss was like, you gotta watch it, you gotta watch it, it's good. So I put it on. I put it on, and it's 8 episodes. It's a mini series. I put it on, and I was like, okay, first 4 episodes, like, all right, it's cool. They're taking a lot of liberties, because right, they have him doing a lot more in the show than he did. Then the last 4 episodes, I was like, yo, this is weak, bruh. This is weak. It's not like shot bad, but it's like, bruh, come on. You put him in the mental hospital because he's too crazy to go to prison and go to trial for what he did, right? Yeah. Yeah, he was out here humping on dead bodies. And then when he was about to get some real alive oomph, he about to get the real alive oomph. He touching a girl and he pulled back and she was like, "What's wrong?" And he was like, "You're too warm. You're too warm." So then he took her to the barn and had her sitting in the tub of ice water to make her cold because he only used to dead oomph, right? He's only used to the dead oomph, and she was too warm. But then also when he's in the mental institution, once they diagnose him schizophrenic, they try to humanize him, and I don't like that part. Like he's a sick fuck. You don't humanize the it's called monster, and then you try to humanize the monster. You don't do that. Like what? Like why? What are we doing? You don't humanize the monster. Don't humanize the monster. He's a sick fuck. He's a sick fuck. Sorry for the sidebar, but that's story time. That's story time. Now, on to I'm impacted. I'm impacted. All right. I wasn't gonna do movies. I wasn't do movies, but I was like, that's too easy, right? Oh, what's your favorite Halloween movie? Too easy. Actually, it's not easy because I don't know what I would have picked. But if I did, it probably would have been Ernest Scared Stupid. I love it. It's childish. It's funny. Ernest looks like my mom's ex boyfriend, and he looks like one of my nephew's football coaches. But he's a great time. Ernest P. Worrell, great time. He's a great time. He's hilarious. All right. Slam dunk Ernest. Ernest Scared Stupid. Ernest goes to jail. Ernest goes to the army. Great. It's a great time. But yeah, but that's not what I'm doing. All right. I'm doing TV episodes. TV episodes, all right? And my first Halloween TV episode that like really stuck with me, that I remember as a youth, as a kid, as a youngin, uh is from Martin, season 1, episode 10, The Night He Came Home. And if y'all don't know, which y'all should know, but if y'all don't know, it's fine. I'm gonna break it down. In this Halloween classic, Martin and the gang gather at his apartment for a night of spooky fun. But things quickly go off the rails when they decide to hold a seance to contact the spirit of Old Man Ackerman. The building's creepy form But things quickly go off the rail when they decide to hold a seance to contact the spirit of Old Man Ackerman, the building's creepy former tenant. What starts as a joke turns into chaos as lights flicker, strange noises echo through the apartment, and Martin's confidence completely collapses. Everyone's nerves are shot, and Martin's over the top fear steals the show, running, screaming, and accusing ghosts of being out to get him. By the end, it's revealed that's, that the scares were all part of a prank. But not before Martin gives one of the funniest I ain't scared performances in sitcom history. The episode perfectly captures Martin at his best, fast, physical, and endlessly quotable. So yeah, I'm gonna play my favorite scene. Not video. I got the audio. Trying not to get copyrighted. Like my last video got a copyright, but luckily there was nothing was affected. But my shit did get copyrighted. But I'm trying to avoid that as much as possible now. But yeah, so here's my favorite scene. This when they're gathered around the table and they're telling ghost stories, and then Tommy tells his story.
It was a dark and moonless night in the bayou. In a deserted graveyard behind an old abandoned church, an old preacher stood among the tombstones and he called out to his people, "Come now! We must face our evil. Our village has been haunted by the walking dead. How many of you here have seen a ghost in the middle of the night?" And one by one, all the people started raising their hands up into the night air. And the preacher continued, "How many of you have touched a ghost?" And a few people, with a dead look in their eyes, started raising up their hands. And somewhere, an owl screeched, "Ah!" Hey man, why you gotta be all in my ear, Tom? And the preacher asked, "How many of you have kissed the lips of a ghost?" And one man raised his hand up. His eyes were sunken into his head, and his face was half gone, and his breath stank all to be damned. Everybody gasped, and the preacher looked down at the man, and he asked, "You actually kissed the lips of a ghost?" And the man said, "Ghost? Oh, I thought you said goat."
Oh yeah, that it gets me every time. It's great. It's great. Oh yeah, I love Martin. And I don't know why. That's like one of the that's really there's not many Halloween episodes that like stick out and I remember. And it's probably because I've seen Martin like 50 times, right? The first season's the best one, and I could start it, and if I take a break, and then it's like been months, I just start right back from the beginning. So I see this episode all the time. I love it. But yeah, and then another one of my favorite parts is in the beginning. They just finished watching a horror movie, and they're all scared, and Martin's all talking mess, right? He's like, "Man, y'all scary, man, y'all scary." And then Tommy goes, "I get scared." And then he talked about how he's scared of the sea and everything, right? Because it's all dark and everything. And then Cole jumps in. He's like, "I'm afraid of clowns, circus clowns with big old floppy shoes and cheeseburgers in their hands." Yo. Oh my gosh, yo. I love Martin. I love that episode. Shout out to Old Man Ackerman. Yeah, and then so then the next episode the next show that has a Halloween episode that I it's part is just what I know. It's just what I remember. Treehouse of Horror 7, The Thing and I think it aired in 1996, I believe. So I was like 8. Um The Thing and I. Bart and Lisa are startled by strange noises coming from the attic late at night. Despite being warned by Marge to stay away, they investigate and discover that their parents have been hiding something up there. When the creature escapes, Dr. Hibbert reveals the truth. Bart had a twin brother named Hugo, who was deemed to who was deemed too evil to live with the family and had been locked in the attic since infancy. The twist comes when Hibbert realizes the babies were accidentally switched at birth. Bart actually is the evil twin, not Hugo. The family chains up Bart in the attic while Hugo joins them downstairs for dinner. Yeah, that was just a fun episode. It's just fun. It's not even like I don't know why. Like I can't even explain. It just that Halloween episode sticks with me. It sticks with me. That one, and then the Raven, the Raven episode where Bart's the Raven. Yeah, that those are the ones that stick with me. Um, I don't really have a favorite part of that episode. I guess when they switch them, right, they act like it's nothing, and they just switch Hugo and Bart like it's nothing, and then cause Doctor realizes that the scar on Bart was on the wrong side, and then he's actually the evil twin. Like that, like that's what I remember. Um, but yeah, man, I love Halloween. Um, I love Halloween. But since I love Halloween, let's get into the quick hits. So yeah, the quick hits. Halloween isn't Halloween no more in my city. Coming up as a youngin, Halloween was cracking in my city. It was like, let's go out, let's go get some candy, let's go do our thing. All the homies gather up, we'll hit the street. Hey, we're meeting up at this time. Grab your shit, grab your fucking pillowcase. We're gonna go hit the town. We're gonna get these candies. And if we're feeling frisky, we gonna head a couple cities over to the rich neighborhood and try to see if we get the big candy bars. Right? But nowadays it's not the same. The city's dead. Don't no one trick or treat in the city no more. Um there is one area that's still cracking. El Camino Village still cracks off. They really do it up over there. My city, no, no, it's Dunzo. So, but El Camino Village right down the street. So that's where I usually end up at if I'm with family. You know, the kids with the kids. Because Halloween about ain't about me no more unless we're doing adult festivities and that's a party. And ain't no parties this year for me. No, 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 no. So, but also, the Dodgers, the Dodgers, if they get their shit right, could win the World Series on Halloween. It's a possibility. It's a possibility. I am recording this before game 5. Okay? So right now it's tied 2-2. 2-2. And if they win Wednesday, which is yesterday, if you're watching this on Thursday on the release day, then they fly back to Toronto. They play on Friday, which is tomorrow. If you're watching this on Thursday, their release day. And if they win, hey, win on Halloween. That's great. But yeah, that's also why I'm exhausted. It's because, like I said earlier, I was running around all weekend, right? Didn't really get great sleep. Didn't get great sleep. Running around all weekend, and then Monday, the fucking Dodgers want to go and just play a 6.5 hour game. They want to go 18 innings and have me fully invested. Fully invested. They had all my energy that day. They had all my energy. Energy for 6 hours. I'm giving all my energy. I'm so in it. I'm so amped up. I'm watching it with my uncle. I'm so amped up that I start hitting burpees. I start hitting push-ups. All right. I start hitting all that. And then push up, mountain climber, burpees. Squats. I just got too much energy and I gotta get it out. And then it goes 18 innings and I'm live. I'm putting my stories up. I'm live storing it. I'm letting people know how I feel. I'm just too into it. And I hate fucking extra innings. I hate it. I hate it. And then but yeah, game fucking 3 ruined me. Ruined me. It was 6.5 hours long. 18 innings. 18 innings. What? 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 I didn't get to meal prep. I didn't get to nothing. 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 I was supposed to watch the game, then jump on the computer and make some clips, but I didn't get to do that because the game took too damn long and it took everything out of me. All right. I was at work today crashing. Crashing. I was watching today's game where they got their ass whooped 6-1. Where they got that ass whooped. I had nothing to give because they were like I'm feeding off of their energy, right? Because I'm depleted, right? All I have is my reserve tank, but I gotta save that because that's all I got left right now until I fully replenish. So the Dodgers needed to give me something so I could feed off of them, right? If you don't give me, I can't give them nothing if they don't give me nothing. They weren't giving me nothing, so I was just, I was just, I was whooped. I was whooped today. All right, I'm whooped, whooped. All right, but now I'm in the reserve tanks because I gotta give y'all something, and I'm here, right? And I ain't gonna half-ass this shit. All right, I'm here. Shout out to the Dodgers, Blake Trinan, fucking weirdo. Uh, let's step it up, dog, and shout out Kershaw because they put him in a fucked up situation, but he got out of there. All right, shout out Klein, did his thing. But yeah, look, that's the Halloween Extravaganza. All right, episode 273. This Ain't Radio podcast with your host, Chris. Just Chris. And until next week, y'all. Peace.